Good morning to another beautiful day here in rural Montana. It is about what, 7:30ish in the morning, and the sun is just coming up. I don't know if you can see it there at the top of the mountain. It hits it right there, but it hasn't reached the bottom of the valley yet, so it's still a little chilly down here, but that's okay. We're going on a short trip today, 60-mile round trip with the Cybertruck, towing this trailer. Usually we tow our cargo trailer. This time we have this dump trailer here with high sides. This is I believe a 14,000 pound gross vehicle with trailer, and it's got this huge cylinder here in the front, so you can lift this bed up and dump all that scrap metal out that we have in there. So that said, 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight. I don't know how heavy it is now loaded. It's probably not that. I suspect the trailer is empty about 50 to 5,500 pounds because the tire tag says something about the cargo should not exceed more than 8,800 pounds. So we'll see once we get to the scrap metal place how heavy this is. So it's just about a 30-mile drive to town. We gotta go slow here out of the valley, then we have interstate, and then we go through town a little bit. And yeah, we'll see how good or bad this will do. Also this morning, since I'm passing my daughter's school, I will have to drive my daughter to school. So she doesn't have to take the school bus this morning. Well, let's go. And before we take off, we gotta check the lights real quick. I checked them yesterday, but we better check that out again today. And that is the nice thing. You gotta hit this little car icon down here, going to towing and hauling, and then there's the trailer light test. And then we can go check the lights on the trailer, and you can see like this here comes on. So we got a lot of scrap in there. All right, and then here in the back it goes a little bit fast. It should go a little slower, but we got the lights left, right, there, lights left, right, lights left, right. There's, I think the brake lights are in there somewhere too. So yep, but this seems to be all working. We got the load strapped in, we got a spare with us, hopefully we don't need it. So yeah, just a lot of scrap, and we're going to dump this off at the recycling place here in Missoula. So yeah, but this is a neat feature here with this trailer light check thing, and then you either have to turn it off or you can just start driving and it will turn it off on its own. So neat feature right there. Also hooking up the trailer was real easy. You can see we got a decent gap right here, so we're a little bit higher. So the trailer sits basically level right now. We probably could run low, but to hook it up, we always use the air feature. So this makes it really easy to hook it up. This way you don't have to crank too much on there, and we have a video about that that shows that real easy, how easy it is to do. Starting out at 78%, 7:34, 50 degrees out, and I did reset trip A so we can see what the consumption is for this trip here. All right, the stats real quick now that we have unloaded. That's just a pretty cool machine over there, how he can raise up the cab. But anyway, so it is exactly 30 miles here. We used 23 kilowatt hours and we averaged 788 watt hours per mile. So that ain't too terrible. We checked in with just over 15,000 pounds and we came back out with over 12,000 pounds. So we had roughly 3,000 pounds in there. But yeah, it was a 15,000 pound. That is the truck plus the trailer. That's the total. And the truck is just under 7,000. So the trailer was about 8,000 and the trailer empty is about 5,000. So I was roughly right when I calculated that based on 14,000 gross and the sticker that said about 8,800, I think it was, for cargo. So, well, yeah, 788, so basically 800 watt hours per mile. Not really a difference to the cargo trailer. About the same. Yeah, we haven't had very high speeds. The speeds were 60. I had 65 maybe top, but most of it was like 55. So going 60 like I done like on the long trip to Island Park with the cargo trailer, probably would have brought that over 800. So yeah, very similar, completely different trailer, completely different load, completely different aerodynamics, but very similar results. The weight doesn't seem to affect it as much. So the cargo trailer is 5,500 pounds loaded, gross weight. Yeah, that's it. While this one here, we were obviously not fully loaded because the trailer could have done 14,000 gross by itself. We were just over 15,000 with the truck. So we just had about 8,000 on the trailer. So about, yeah, roughly 2,500 pounds more in trailer weight. Yeah, but not much of a difference. So now, well, we gotta get back home. I gotta drop off some cardboard at another place real quick, and then we'll haul this thing back home, and we'll see what that does in regards to consumption, if that brings our consumption actually down. So we'll see if we're below 788 when we get home. Well, we're going 70 on the interstate here. And yes, this is legal in Montana with the trailer. We can go 80 miles an hour if we want to. And trailer's super nice, it tows great. Don't even feel the trailer. It was nice on the on-ramp. Oh, there's the guy. We just on the on-ramp we smoked this guy without even doing anything. He was going so slow. Whoa. So anyway, well, we're towing along here just fine with this trailer. And now that trailer is about the same weight as our cargo trailer. But it tows a little bit nicer than the cargo trailer, maybe because it has bigger wheels, and obviously since it's not loaded, it the weight is pretty much on the bottom, so the chassis is the heavy part, so low center of gravity. It tows really nice at 70 miles an hour here. Really no issues. I've been going through town a little bit, and now we are on the way back home. And this time, yeah, we'll push it a little bit at 70 here instead of going the slow 55, and we'll see how that works out. Will be interesting to see now that this is basically the same weight as the cargo trailer, how the aerodynamics work out, if the lower weight here makes a difference or not. We'll see. Well, we got about 20 some miles to go here on the interstate, and then we'll gotta drive up the valley. As you get to see some of the rural Montana scenery here, I have a confession to make. I lost the last recording after I got home with the stats on it. I have no clue where it is. It just disappeared. All I can do is tell you what I remember from that point, and I can also tell you and show you a couple pictures because I done this trip again the next day, and I even got a picture off the screen when I got to town with the load. But now I would like to tell you about Magtame. You probably heard me talk about Magtame's USB cable, those magnetic USB cables. They're really great, but they also have a phone grip which is magnetic and just sticks to the back of your phone. You can use it for holding your phone so that you don't lose it, so you have a grip on it, or you can put it on your desk table nightstand. I usually use it on my nightstand since the iPhone becomes my alarm clock at night. So I use it there. You can use it for a tablet as well. There's many different options. And the problem with the old-fashioned things, grips like this, where you have a ring or a pop-up on the back of your phone that you can't remove, you usually can't wireless charge anymore, and that kind of sucks. So, but with this here, because it's magnetic, you can take it off anytime. So you can also stick the phone in your pocket real easy, unlike with all these other ones. And now that you maybe say, I don't have a magnetic ring on the back or a steel ring on the back for the magnet to hold on to, that's no problem. Magtame sends 2 rings with this. And I was kind of afraid because that magnet holds really, really strong. I mean, it's pretty strong. I was afraid it would pull that ring right off, but we did that. We put one of those rings on my daughter's phone case, and it works great. It doesn't pull the ring off at all. So comes in really handy for many times, maybe doing a Zoom call on your phone or something, or even watching a movie or whatever, FaceTime, whatever you do. So yes, check those out, Magtame. We have a discount code down below in the description. You're going to get 10% off, so make sure you use the discount code, put that in at checkout to get an additional 10% off. There's a link down below that you can use to get to the website, but just don't forget, put in the discount code to get an additional 10% off. Now, back to the trip here. So when I came back, I remember it was very similar in regards to the fuel consumption. We had about the same stats as going there. So I was going a little bit faster going home, but I didn't have a load anymore. And the trailer was only about 500 pounds, roughly 5,000 pounds, something like that. And I drove a little faster. Instead of going 55, I drove 70 on the interstate, but then I still had to go down the regular roads here, as you can see, in the valley. So there it is, a 35 mile an hour speed limit. So it was interesting to see. Yes, I remember it was pretty much the same as going there. So the higher speed probably created a little higher consumption. And it's really tough to tell with all the trailer towing I have done. There are so many things that affect the efficiency of this electric car. It's impossible to really say what it does when you tow a trailer. So now that we towed home, we were empty. And so the trailer is kind of like a truck bed. And when it's totally empty, it creates like an air ball inside there, and after that it's almost like it's a covered trailer. So it is maybe more aerodynamic without a load in it, because the load we had obviously was kind of weird and air can't really get in there and stuff, so it makes it less aerodynamic. So with the higher speed, we actually came out about the same as going there at a lower speed with the more load. The weight itself, I don't know if the weight itself really has a huge influence. It seems like with what I've done in regards to trailering and what I've seen with others, that the weight is actually less of an influence. The aerodynamics make way more of a difference. So now let me show you the stats from the next day when I drove back to town. So as I got to town, I took this picture before I unloaded, and we have 674 watt hours per mile. And actually going on to the scale, I had about 1,000 pounds more in the trailer than the day before, so it was heavier. Other than that, it was a similar load. I went the same speed as the day before, going to town, so about 55 miles an hour. And but I used quite a bit less. One factor, maybe the temperature. It was quite a bit warmer. It was a little bit later in the day, and it was like 64 degrees, so it was a bit warmer. So I think the temperature has an influence, definitely. The weight has some influence, but relatively little. And a huge influence again is the aerodynamics. So we'll do more towing with different trailers and things, and we'll get to see different results. You can go watch the videos where we towed my cargo trailer. That's about 5,500 pounds. We towed it 600 miles to Island Park, Idaho and back. And yeah, there's just so many things that affect the efficiency. It's also the driver, how fast you drive, obviously, how fast you accelerate. So many differences. So, well, that is it for this video. That can give you an idea, at least, about such a trailer. And the Cybertruck definitely tows great, so there's no question about it. It was not an issue at all towing this trailer. Didn't even feel it was back there. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. Give us a thumbs up for every one of our videos that you watch. Please help us out so that YouTube's algorithm promotes our videos, because these are real life facts. There's no FUD here. This is how it is. And so people can actually build their opinion on electric vehicles based on facts and not on FUD. Also, go down below into the description. There is the link to Magtame for the magnetic USB cables, as well as the magnetic phone grip. If you want to get one, use the link and then put in the discount code that's down there as well. That gives you an additional 10% off. We also have other companies listed down there, places we like and places we get things from. So go check those out too. There is some discounts code for all these. There's lots of cool Cybertruck accessories at EVBASE. That's where we got the mat for the bed from. That's where we got the running boards from. The little hubcap inserts for the Cybertruck. A whole bunch of stuff. EVBASE has a lot of Tesla stuff, as well as some others, so go check those out too. And like I said, there is more down below in the description, so go check that out. In any event, thank you for watching. Goodbye.